Okay, so here's a code card. This is an IoT device. We worked with a company called Badgie to co-build this, and it features Apex as the database behind it with the Oracle Open World app. There's a code card designer in there, and then through a little bit of programming and hacking, you can set up Cloud FN. And then even more hacking, so there's kind of 3 levels to it. You can program it like an Arduino. So if you go to the GitHub repository, you have all the code there. To set it up, there's a barcode here. It's actually the MAC address. And what you do is you go into the Oracle Events app. Depending on where the event, some of them show up a little bit differently. For London,
let me just move it a little closer. Go ahead.
For London, it shows up in the info booth, Code Card Designer. And I had previously logged into this one, so what I'll do is I'll log out. So you log in, you type in the MAC address, so the barcode there, C50E3C4E. And an optional name. Okay, and in here you set up one of these templates. Change an icon. If you hit these A or B, that'll invoke that'll be the same as hitting the buttons on there. It's kind of a test, but you want to drop down this combo box, and you can choose one of these options. I'll choose short press A, and then you save it. This saves it out into the database, and now, okay, so we press A, and it goes out into the network and into the database there and pulls out what I typed in. So you have a choice of A, long A, B, or long B. If you press and hold the 2 buttons, it'll reset it. And then there's the power button, on or off. You kind of want to turn it on and off liberally. So like after going to that screen, you'd want to turn it off and then back on if you wanted to press A again. There's a lithium-ion battery, so if you're traveling, you want to pull it out and keep it in on your checked luggage. And there's a USB port. This is both for programming it via a serial terminal or through the Arduino API. It'll also charge the battery. Did I say that? I can't remember.
And how long does the charge last?
Maybe a week. This one was totally dead, and I had to charge it. I had it plugged in. I'm kind of surprised. Some of them last longer than that. Some of them don't. It might just be the batteries.
Okay. So for the length of the event of a conference, it'll be
fine.
The
length of event of a conference is fine, and you can charge it up, and it charges pretty quick. We give a USB cable, one of these fancy colored ones, and a lanyard. So you can hang it around your neck. It's got an e-ink display, so it'll stay like this forever. It's kind of like an Etch-a-Sketch if I'm dating myself there. So once it's set, it stays that way until it's rewritten.
Any common questions you get asked about the code card?
The most common question is, kind of like, what is it good for? What can I do with it? And I gave it to a friend, and she started hacking on it and had it turning on the lights in her kitchen. Hooked it up to Google Home or the Apple Home. I can't remember which one she was using. If you go to the develop.oracle.com/codecard, the URL is right on here. There's links to the GitHub repository and a bunch of other things that you need. So really the biggest thing is there's the no code option. That's you program that with the app. And then there's the second level is mainly why we built it for Cloud FN. So with the terminal, with a serial communication, you can go set the Cloud FN function to invoke when you call one of these buttons. And then thirdly, if you really want to hack it and do anything that you want, you can program it like an Arduino. So Cloud FN, it's a serverless a function. You just write your function in any programming language that's supported up there: JavaScript, Node, Java, Python. And then when you write your Cloud FN function, you get the URL for it, and you serial into the code card. In the GitHub repository, there's a terminal app, code card terminal, or you can just use something like Screen on the Mac or Putty on Windows. And from there you type help, and it'll list a bunch of options. And one of those options is to set the URL for the buttons. So you take that URL for your Cloud FN and you plug it in there, and then when you hit that button, it calls your Cloud FN function. So you can do anything from the Cloud FN function, like check the weather, or your favorite sports team, or political campaigns, or whatever's fun for you.